What's up guys, and I'm bringing you part 2 of the VMP Cobra. Now I have been working on it for the last couple days, and I just forgot to bring the camera to the shop 2 days in a row. Amateur hour. But I do have some stuff done on it. I want to bring you up to speed on some of the major changes that are required for putting the Pro Charger on here, which are now just a huge pain in the ass for us. But it is required, and it is what it is. So on the stock roots blower setup or positive displacement setup, there is a downstream air temp sensor on the back over here. There she is. And it's a 4-pin connector. Well, here's the wire for it. Now for the Pro Charger setup, this was all the way over there, and then it ran into the inner fender well. They pushed it into the side of an intercooler piping somewhere in here, because here's the plug for it. And it was extended. I mean, I can't really get too mad that they just used red and black to extend it, because sometimes that's your only option. We're fortunate enough to have a bunch of Mustang wiring laying around, so we try to color match or get really close to it, but that's eventually going to end when we run out of wire. We'll have to buy some more. But anyway, this was plugged in, and it was like hanging down here. When Dan was looking at it, he was like, huh, what's this plug for? And I'm like, I don't know what that's for. It looks really weird. Nothing that I could imagine is in the fender. So when I put the blower on last night, which is now bolted down, I was like, huh, where's that plug I'm looking for? Oh, it's in the fender. So now we have to take it out and resolder it. As you can see, there's tons of material to work with there, so this is going to be a great time resoldering that onto the factory harness. As far as on the car is concerned, where'd it go? That is right there, a grade A harness of butt connectors. Good stuff. Good stuff. And it's like niche down on what you're really good at, and then just be the best at that thing. That might turn out to be Mustangs for us. It might turn out to be YouTube videos maybe one day, hopefully, I don't know. But if you extend sensitive low voltage sensor wires like this isn't what you do. Don't do this. Don't niche down on not soldering and quick disconnects for 5-volt reference wires. Is this so hard? Jeez. One of the many projects that we're going to be working on today, getting that done. They extended the coolant temp sensor, so we're going to wire that back down to the factory length. The alternator wiring was modified, so we got to change that. But as you can see, we have the lower pulley on. We got the Metco overdrive system on it, or pulley system on it.
Stock size lower.
We have more done, I promise, but that's just what you see up here.
Alternators all hooked back in,
Except for the wiring.
Brackets done. Accessory belt's about to be done. Just gotta put the intercooler manifold on, and coolant crossover we got. Got a couple of hoses coming for obviously those lines, coolant lines. We made this one out of some of the rinky-dink hose that they had on here, but a new one's like $8, so we just got a new one with the lower one, because the lower one you cannot get at the auto parts store. Special. So
then they butchered it up. So now that'll be fixed. So hopefully we have the bridge on it today, we got the accessory drive on it today, we got the intercooler bulkhead tightened down. I have a unfortunate feeling that the blower is going to come off in order for us to wire that sensor back into it, which sucks, but I didn't look close enough before I bolted it down last night, so it's my own fault. Hopefully we can try to get it in there. We're going to see what it looks like when we remove the butt connectors, but anyway, I'm going to go run. I got to grab some hardware for this thing, and when I come back, I'll update you guys where you're at. Dan's going to start wiring some shit, and we'll see you guys in a couple minutes. Well, I was upset a moment ago, but we fixed it, and I'm much happier with the results now. So allow me to share. It wasn't easy. I mean, it was easy for me because I just watched. But Dan did it. You can see how little wire we had to work with out of the connector. But now they're all soldered, heat shrunk. Now we're going to loom them all, plug it in, it should be good to go. Problem solved. Nice job, Dan.
Bingo.
Mortgages all day. Mustangs all night, every day. What's up, guys, and thank you for still tuning in for the part 2 of the VMP Cobra build here at Streetcar Shenanigans. We are just about wrapped up with what we were contracted to do on this car. We actually went above and beyond what we were asked to do, but we got it near completion, and it looks wicked, and we just want to share what it looks like now, because we're going to start finishing up the Harley truck, because the last minute parts that are left for the Cobra have not even been ordered yet, nor sourced. We don't know where they're going to come from at this point, so it's kind of dead. So show you how far we got. It's near complete, and it looks awesome. So there's a couple things that didn't really play in our favor. We did have that big GT500 throttle body, as you saw in part 1. However, it needs the GT500 elbow, which it did not have. So we're gonna run a stock throttle body for now. He can decide if he wants to switch to an AccuFab or put the GT500 one on it later. But it just looks awesome in here. Coolant overflow tank is now mounted. It was missing the upright support in the back, so we ordered one from Ford. It's nice and solid. As you can tell, based on the condition of the brackets in the front, it's been having a lot of weight on it for a long time. All the powder coating is chipped off. So we ordered that upright to make sure it was nice and solid. This bracket must come with this because it fits perfectly after using it. We weren't sure where this was from because we haven't seen one before, but it definitely works with the pulley bridge. If it's not designed to work that way, it just happened to work out nicely after we played with it for a little while. All we really have left that we do have the parts for is running all the vacuum lines. So we're going to simplify it just like we did on the other Cobra build and on the Lightning build. So that'll be done. Battery's in. Battery tray was broken. We were able to modify it so it would at least work halfway decent without butching it up. Alternator's in. All the wiring's done on the alternator. We did find some other problem areas.
Lovely.
ABS sensor's burned out, so the ABS is not going to work on this car. You already saw some of the other lovely wiring that we had to tackle. But for the most part, we got to get a blower belt on it. That drive is ready to go. We got to get an idler pulley for that before we put a belt on it, obviously. But for the most part, we're waiting for some last minute items that are the responsibility of the other shop and owner, which is like the intake, MAF, intercooler bracket. We're waiting for upper and lower radiator hoses so we can fill it with coolant. But for the most part, like I said, it's about 90% complete. It looks awesome. I do love Pro Charge stuff. I think this car looked wicked sick with the Sullivan intake manifold and the Pro Charger on it myself. I found some, or I should say Dan found some old pictures on the web of this car floating around. If this car looks familiar to you, it's probably because it's been for sale a couple times and it's had multiple different setups, and the Cog Pro Charger setup is what was on it prior to this setup. But both of them look sick, I must say.
That they do, that they do.
The VMP just looks so much more at home, as these cars came with positive displacement blowers factory, so it looks great.
Can't go wrong.
Any final words, Dan?
Can't wait to hear it. See it run finally how it's supposed to, well, at least in this sense, how it's supposed to.
So shout out to Charlie, who actually found us working on this car on YouTube. So we hope you enjoy the car when you get it back. It's super sick. We would really appreciate being able to do a video review and a comparison versus Dan's car, which is a ported Cobra. You guys have seen it on the channel. If not, it's right here. But we appreciate working on this, and it was really a fun one. We'll bring you more on part 3, but like I said, part 3, start it, run it, drive it. We won't be working on it too much more, hopefully. So we'll see you guys next time. Subscribe down below. If you haven't seen the last video where we're kind of updating you on the projects here at the shop, or if you haven't seen the shop, check out some of the earlier videos on the channel and subscribe. We got some more lined up to come in. We just gotta get these 2 out. And unfortunately, the hardest part about this is waiting for parts. Pain.
Always the worst.
Always the worst. But we'll see you guys next time. Once again, thank you for watching.
Thanks for the support.